Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? I'm Leslie and this is Will and Row Arts. For today's project, I am working on a prompt created by Ara from Bentley House Minis. So what a prompt is you're given a topic. And today's prompt is bad dream. So you have to base your project around that topic. This was a dream I had when I was a really little kid. I was probably around 4 years old when I had this dream, and I remember this dream. It scared me so badly. My bad dream took place in the 80s. We lived in a trailer at that time. My sister and I shared a room. What I remember from the dream, it's a very simple dream. I saw this alien outside my window and I woke up screaming. That was the basic dream. There was an alien standing outside my window. He was basically the typical gray-green alien that everyone knows. He had kind of a wide head, giant eyes, and not much to his face at all. The funny part was he was like human size, like an average man size, and he was wearing coveralls, blue coveralls, baggy blue coveralls. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I was like, was there a creeper outside my window? Alien was just staring at me through the window. And I remember being so scared, and I woke up crying, and my sister, who's a couple years older than me, hugged me back to sleep, which was really sweet. So this diorama is based on this dream. It was so much fun to make, and now I have this physical memory made. This is what I remember from my dream. Let's check it out. I start with this box shape I made on my laser cutter. This is 1/8 inch wood. I'm going to be painting all the walls black, and that way when I add the paneling, the spaces you see between the paneling will be black. I feel like the paneling on these old walls always had like a black grout or black seam. I don't remember what the bedroom rugs were like, so I decided to go with a brown rug, and I used this is like one of those lint-free towels. I have like a bazillion of them. So I decided this is kind of like a rug material, and I went ahead and painted that all brown. I'll definitely be using this material again in future miniatures because it worked out so great. So to glue it down, I mixed some brown paint and some glue together. And then I'm just kind of spreading it around with this popsicle stick just to get it flat. And then I will touch up any of the blue that's showing and get messy in the process. So today I'm going to be working on making my alien creature. This guy is about, I think, 1/16 scale. This is my little visual I cut just to kind of get the approximate measurement of how I want him to be. And then I'm going to mix together some polymer clays that I had. I really actually like to paint my polymer clay once it's been cooked, but I have all these colored polymer clays lying around, and I want to use them before they get too old and too hard to mix together. I have some brown, some limeish green, and some dark green. I'm going to go for this alien head. So let's get started. Went a little too brown. The alien in my dream had more of a football kind of shape alien head. So I'm trying to make it kind of more like the aliens from Toy Story, but not that cute. And human-like body shape. So that's why I have this human figure. I made this kind of olivey green, maybe? It's like a brownish lime green. I probably don't even, you know what? I don't even need that tinfoil for this small of a character, but if you're making a larger figure, tinfoil is a awesome filler so you don't waste a lot of clay, or bakes faster as well. Here's my container of ball bearings. They are great for eyeballs. So my alien character has a very simple face. I was around 4 years old when I had this dream, so I probably didn't create the most scariest monster, but at that time, it terrified me that this guy was standing outside my window. Oh, he looks so happy. Hello. Oh my God. Are we a dinosaur? Are we a happy ET? You're supposed to be creepy. Okay. I'm going to set my little funny alien head to the side and work on the figure. I start by making a wire armature to get the shape I want of my guy. I'm using, again, my little wooden cutout to get the approximate shape. So he is wearing blue coveralls. I don't know why. Here's my armature that I'm making. So again, I'm going to use some of a pre-colored clay. I am going for the blue color. So I'm mixing all these different blues I had and came up with this like almost blue jean color. And then my guy will look very Gumby-esque for a while. All right, my friends, I call this like my rough sketch. This clay is very sticky and mushy. To help get rid of some of that like sticky mushiness, I had my heat gun ready to go, and I would occasionally save progress by basically baking as I go. Not a full bake, it's just enough so I can handle him without it mushing all around. So I'm adding some details to my coveralls, some pockets, and there's my heat gun, save that progress. And then I'm gonna work on his sleeves of his arms, and then some more pockets, adding a little cinch belt on the back. So I'm just testing out some washes on him. He was a very like dirty alien, and washes always add a lot of dimension to your clay pieces. And then here I am just putting on some simple shoes. I don't remember his shoes, so I just went with what would make him stand. Next, I'm working on his little alien hands. These were kind of fun to make. I just used little spaghetti pieces of clay and a little ball and kind of shaped them as I go. And then I used my heat gun to freeze them in place because they were extremely delicate. Now I'm adding some more wash all over his body, getting all the nooks and crannies. This is a pouring medium. It basically just adds a glossiness to wherever you want it to be glossy. It works great for eyes. Resin can do the same thing, but this is quick and easy. Now I'm adding wall paneling. I am just using some wood glue and regular popsicle sticks. And then I'm just kind of spacing it out. It's not perfect, but it gives the idea. And then I'm going to paint it with a watered down brown. I'm using a lot of brown in this miniature. I feel like brown was a popular color in the 80s for like the walls and wall paneling and rugs. It was like the neutral color. I designed this bunk bed and I cut it out on my laser. I just started a Patreon account, and I think once I figure it out, I'm gonna make it a free file on my Patreon. So if you're interested in following me and hearing some day-to-day updates and whatnot, Patreon is a great way to support any creator that you like. It's just a small fee and it really helps any creator out. So if you're interested in joining my Patreon, I'll add the link in the description. I'll be painting that bunk bed the same brown wash. These are my easy cutters. These are such a wonderful tool to have for any projects you do. This tool was also recommended by Ava from Bentley House Minis, who started this prompt. I will link her YouTube page in the description as well. She's amazing and such a nice person. I highly recommend watching her. So I made that, I don't know what you call it on the trailer. It's like a skirt or lattice work. I made it using coffee stir sticks, and then I painted those stir sticks white. And now I'm making the siding for the trailer. I'm gonna use cardstock for this. I've never tried cardstock on a miniature for the walls, but I'm really low on popsicle sticks and I kind of wanted these wider, and then I also didn't want them as thick. I'm using this bright yellow cardstock that I had, and to tone it down, I am going to paint it over with a pale yellow because our trailer was this pale yellow color. Now on to window frames. I am using this plastic from some kind of packaging. It's always great to recycle anything you have. You can come up with multiple ideas. So I'm tracing out the shape of the windows, and then I'm going to then paint the inside of the window frames brown, same brown, and then the outside of the window frames black. The shutters were black on our trailer. I'm using that same pouring medium to add a little bit of shine to the bunk beds. Another tip from Bentley House Minis. This is a clover iron and it's great for ironing small things. Also, it's great for quick drying your glue over fabric, if that's how you say it. So you just add the glue to what you need. Maybe not that much glue, and then you iron it over. And then wipe off your iron as needed. I kind of got a little stuck to my iron, but I was able to clean it off. So I am making the mattresses, which is just the wooden piece that I cut out on my laser cutter, and then some cotton, and then this fabric. Believe it or not, this fabric is from the 80s. Somehow my mom saved it, and I acquired it from my mom at some point. I also made some cute little pillows. When we lived in this trailer, we were all really little, so we didn't have any kind of theme type bedrooms. I feel like most of our decor was either made by my mom or my grandmother. And this fabric, this red, white, and blue fabric, I believe was curtains, not in our room, but I think they were curtains in my brother's room. So I am using this fabric. My brother can tell me if this is not true, but in my head, I remember those being the curtains, and that's the fabric from them. So next I want to make some figures for the bed. These are just cutouts of 1/16 children's size to my best ability cutouts. And you are not really going to see them, but they're going to give the shape of the figure in the bed. And I kind of wanted to put like some kind of pajamas on them just in case you could see something in the fabric. And now I'm gluing this hair to the wood. It was really tricky to glue on. It's like synthetic hair. But basically all I want is the tip of the head showing. And it actually worked out perfectly. So here I am placing my little miniature people. That's me on the bottom with the blonde hair, and my sister on top with the brown hair. Small pieces of fabric do not want to lay flat, so I'm hot gluing the bedding in place. So one of my favorite things to make is trees. So I had to add a tree to this diorama. Trees are super easy and super fun to make. I'm thinking about doing a live how to make a tree video. So if you're interested in that, please comment below. To make this tree, I started with a wooden base. You do not need a wooden base cutout at all. You can use one if you like. You can use a cardboard base. You can just use tinfoil and shape the tree as needed. For this particular tree, I started with the base and then I added tinfoil to the trunk area to widen it up. And then I just use layers of tissue paper to make my texture on my tree. You can use tissue paper, paper towel, toilet paper, newspaper, anything you like. And then I painted everything black and brown, just dark colors. The trick is dry brushing. I am dry brushing with white and a little bit of light brown all over. I use just the old paintbrush. You can use a blush brush, and you basically get a little bit of paint on your paintbrush, wipe off the most of it, and then place it all over your project, and it just brings out the top layer and shows all the awesome texture. Next, I'm working on the ground area around the trailer. I am using DOS air drying clay. You can use spackle, I forgot what it's called, but anything like that if you want to add some texture to your piece. I just have some air drying clay. I like how it looks, and I'm just using that. So I'm just placing that all around, and then I'm going to glue my tree in place. I'm painting the layer of ground brown. I think it's just a mixture of brown and black. It's just what I had handy left over from making the tree. I'm adding some fine faux grass to the tree to give it a look of moss growing on the tree. And then I'm going to add some faux grass and some dried leaves all over to the ground. I forgot to hit record when adding the faux grass. Sorry about that. And now it's time to decorate the bedroom. Here are some miniature books. These are made by using tongue depressors, or you can use popsicle sticks. Then I printed out some covers of children's books and then wrapped them around the popsicle sticks. Next, I'm going to make a container of Lincoln Logs. I made a bigger version and decided, whoa, that's way too big for this miniature. So then I made a smaller one, which I think fits perfectly. And I also designed a Fisher-Price-like dollhouse, one that all of us had as little kids. Here's a cute little drawing that my son made for me to add to the wall. This is a lion that my grandmother made, probably in the 80s, so I had to add the lion. I know it's a little big, but I think it still works. And then a couple more pillows, and there we have the bedroom. Lastly, time to add the alien. And here is my scene. I think I recreated the 80s pretty well with what I can remember with a hodgepodge of items here. I think it gives the feel of the 80s. Let me know what you think. And if you have a funny bad dream or a scary bad dream or something, let me know in the comments. Would this dream scare you? Now it makes me kind of laugh, but would this scare you? You see that guy staring in your window? He's kind of cute. But when I was little, he was scary. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's check out the final results.